Hey everybody, it's your boy Proftrof and we're back with some more Majorkill. Haven't seen Majorkill videos in a while, and he made how each race achieves immortality in 40k. Quite curious, to be honest. I have no fucking idea. I guess the humans, if the Emperor becomes an actual Chaos God, maybe. One sec. Like, he's been doing some crazy shit recently. So maybe he's becoming godlike. Maybe if the Emperor becomes a god, humanity would be immortal. Maybe? I don't know. Aren't the fuck, the robot boys already immortal? You know, fuck, I forgot the name. Whatever, y'all know what I mean. The robot boys are already immortal, aren't they? Technically. Well, not really immortal to killing, they're just immortal to dying from old age because they're robots and shit. Dark Elder, I have no idea. Tau, I have no idea. Orcs, I don't know. Do orcs even die of old age? Or does he mean immortal? I don't know.
G'day, guys and gal.
I don't know.
I've spent a while thinking about it, and I would say being immortal would be pretty cool. You could become great at everything, experience everything,
And then get bored of everything.
and watch humanity grow into a godlike race and plow an extreme plethora of ladies. Or men, I don't judge. Whilst it looks like we're currently off potential immortality by a few decades, Warhammer has it all figured out. If you are rich enough, or know the right people of course. It's important to note that there is a huge difference between being immortal and invincible. If you're immortal and then Vulcan punches you in the face, you are a dead man. No amount of anti-aging cream is going to bring you back from that. If you're invincible, you'll have the headache of a lifetime, but you'll survive. We got it? Good. Today we'll go over each of the techniques the various races use to achieve immortality, or the ability to live for so long that the only way you end up dying is through violence. Let's get into it. Ironically, despite mankind's natural lifespan being super low compared to the rest of the races in 40k, they have figured out the most diverse and effective.
The fuck is that dog on the left? What is this? Why does it look like it's a derpy dog?
Effective methods of immortality out there. You go, mankind. Hence, we are starting with them. More specifically, the Imperium of Man. Now, whilst rich humans can receive rejuvenation treatments to add a couple hundred years to their life, that isn't immortality. And if you think it is, then you can eat a dick. Hence, the first method of mankind delaying the maybe not so inevitable is via the extensive use of cybernetics, aka becoming a tech priest. Now,
This dude is dope.
not all tech priests are able to achieve immortality through replacing their clunge with a toaster port, but a number have, most notably Belarius Call, who is over 10,000 years old and has shown no sign of slowing down. Through a constant cycle of replacing parts, Call has been able to maintain his life for an extremely long time. However, Tech Priest's immortality is a bit shit in my opinion, as Call has to periodically wipe parts of his knowledge and memory due to the overload. He is also a gigantic metal hentai looking monster, which could be a pro or a con depending on your preference.
Yes. Plus, he doesn't wipe it. Y'all let me know that he saves it on like a floppy disk in times of need.
Clearly Call prefers it, as there is nothing to indicate taking that form would help him extend his years. Mankind's next method to live forever is to become a super soldier, as long as that super soldier isn't a thunder warrior. Thunder warrior life expectancy is very low. Space Marines, Custodes, and Primarchs on the other hand have never died from old age, with Primarchs never even showing any sign of aging once they hit their prime. Space Marines do
The normal Space Marines don't die from aging.
begin to slow down after a couple thousand years, but none have ever been shown to get even remotely close to a natural death. Dante is 1,500 years old and killed the most powerful Tyranid in known existence in a duel, and Bjorn the Fell-Handed is over 10,000 years old and still tears through Thousand Sun ass like it's made of paper. Custodes are stated to be immortal, with them only apparently beginning to show signs of age due to suffering permanent wounds that begin to slow them down by a fraction of a fraction. There are other less descriptive super soldier serums that grant immortality, like the ones Luthor and Corfarion had, but generally, getting souped up is a reliable way to prevent a natural death. As long as you're okay with the fact that
the probability of you ever getting old enough to see biological death due to old age as a space marine is it's on the lower end in 40k. It's pretty much on the lower end.
that your cock no longer works.
True.
Some fortunate
Hey, you can spit acid though. You can spit acid.
people of the Imperium can achieve a powerful form of immortality but called becoming a living saint, where basically the Emperor jizzes on you, causing you to be forever young, and in the case of your death, be able to be revived at a later date.
Hey, listen, if it's the Emperor, it's not gay, okay?
Date when you're next needed. Saint Celestine is the best example of this, but there have been a number of other living saints that have popped up here and there.
Okay.
On the flip side, a really terrible way to achieve immortality is to use a halo device, which keeps you alive but turns you into a horrific cannibalistic monster.
Oh.
You'd have to be supremely retarded to use one of these, and it's not like it's a live for 500 years then become a...
What is that? What the? Oh boy.
monster. You literally start mutating only a few short years after first using it.
There we go.
A more obscure way for mankind to live forever is through being a perpetual, which is probably the best way to achieve immortality in the entire setting. Basically,
Aren't you invincible though if you're perpetual? It means that if you die, you resurrect, right?
a perpetual is like Deadpool minus the hectic cancer tumors and witty comedy. They don't
Wolverine.
age and they can't die.
He means Wolverine then.
Even grinding one of them into dust will cause them to reform elsewhere. The Emperor, Malkador, Vulcan, and the Primarch's mother were all true perpetuals. Now when I say can't die, anything can die if you try hard enough. It's more so that to kill them, you need to put in a massive shift. Glassified parts of the Emperor's soul can kill a perpetual, as well as intense pressure on their soul.
Wait, classified parts of his soul? What the hell?
Wait, I figured it out. A perpetual's body is invincible. If you want to kill them though, you have to kill their soul. While perpetuals are naturally occurring, if you have enough science, you can create a demi-perpetual who can never age but can be killed by normal means. An example of this is John Grammaticus. Last but not least, the final way that I know of that mankind can achieve immortality is... drumroll. Going into permanent stasis. Look, I didn't say being immortal was always going to be fun. It's a technicality that I'm exploiting, and if you disagree, you can lick my nuts. Moving on now, we have how the Eldar achieve immortality. Eldar are already super long lived, with the low estimate being they can live for over 1,000 years. Some Eldar have circumnavigated this however, and are immortal. The Eldar used to be able to just reincarnate at will, which counts as immortality, but then their fuck Fiesta spawned Slanesh, who put a stop to that shit real quick. These days, an Eldar can live forever in their spirit stones once their body dies, but it's just not really the same. Like, it just feels like they're in a dream all the time. But
wait, wasn't it the Elder that had those guys that can resurrect people if you pay them enough? I remember that being in some of the lore videos I've seen.
They are kind of sentient and alive, so I guess it counts. For the Dark Eldar, they can live as long as they have people to torture to death. Vect has been alive for well over 10,000 years, and he's still priming because of how much pain he has delivered. Another newer method is to be the avatar of a god. This is the theory behind why Eldrad is so old, clocking in at over 10,000 years old as well. He should be well and truly dead by now, but Yvraine has theorized that because he has a shard of a dead Eldar god in him, it's extended his life dramatically. Either that or he's just too damn stubborn to die. The Phoenix Lords are also immortal, as they can reincarnate through whoever puts their armor on. In saying that, Margan Ra, who has never died as a Phoenix Lord, is over 10,000 years old, hence never needs to reincarnate, so there's that. In recent times, a more reliable and widely available method of immortality has begun to emerge, pledging your soul to Yened and joining the Inari. As they are the masters of death, they can be resurrected if the plot demands it.
My queen!
And it soon seems like they'll be able to recreate the cycle of reincarnation that they used to enjoy so much. Necrons already decided that immortality was lit, hence all Necrons, especially the main ones, are immortal and don't age. They achieved this by all jumping into something called a soul furnace, which, you know, wasn't super fun, but hey, beggars can't be choosers. Orcs are naturally immortal, you just don't really see any of the...
I mean, yeah, because you're an orc, you're gonna die, but naturally immortal, that's pretty cool.
Old ones, because they live and breathe war like I live and breathe oat milk. If an orc was just to sit down in a simulation that allowed them to win for 10,000 years, by the end of it, they would still be healthy and likely unimaginably powerful.
Well, wouldn't they commit suicide though? If they're like, if they just stand around, they want to fight, right? Gok and Mork and shit.
but no one dies more than an orc does, so we haven't been able to see it yet. Contrary to popular belief, the Tau can also achieve immortality.
Okay.
Most Tau only live to around 60 years old. However, the ethereal class are naturally immortal, with various other non-ethereal Tau characters being in their hundreds of years of age. Commander Farsight has been able to achieve immortality via the use of his vampiric sword, which absorbs the life force and youth out of whoever he kills with it, whilst Commander Shadowsun is able to keep popping up in the setting
Shadowsun.
due to her being placed in stasis between battles, meaning the Tau can live forever that way, but as you know, it's a shit way to live forever. Chaos have about a dozen ways to live forever, and none of them are very pleasant. Being turned into a demon or even just receiving blessings from Chaos generally removes your ability to age and replaces it with a tentacle coming out of your ass. There are also various Chaos Space Marines who are over 10,000 years old with absolutely no sign of aging whatsoever. One pretty cool way someone achieve immortality.
I mean, to be honest, how would you even tell if this dude is aging? He has no face skin. How would he age? Oh, I have a bad bag? Maybe, but...
Through Chaos was a woman who would summon a greater demon of Slaanesh every once in a while and then consume it. She was able to do it in a way that left her mostly uncorrupted with little to no side effects. It actually really impressed Slaanesh, who decided that instead of hunting this woman down for her stolen power, she would just turn her into a demon prince. Yeah, generally getting the
Damn, bitch, how did she subdue the demons?
attention of a Chaos God isn't the best way to become immortal, but I love the hustle. Chaos is a very reliable way of living forever, as long as you're okay with having no soul. Finally, we have the Tyranids. Tyranids aren't engineered to age. They are made how the hive mind wants them made, and they live how long the hive mind wants them to live. Low-level Tyranids have never really had to think about lifespan, as they are made and then sent in to die in a barrage of fire. If they survive the war or battle, then they just swan dive into the nearest digestion pool and get reabsorbed for biomass. Other unique or complex Tyranids are functionally immortal and never age, so they've already achieved their own version of immortality. You also got to remember that all Tyranids are extensions of the immortal hive mind, so even if they did age and die, there's an argument to be made that they're still immortal. Extremely valuable Tyranids, such as the Swarm Lord, have their memories and knowledge downloaded upon their death and then reincarnated into a new form, so I'd say that would count as well.
Yeah.
There are some other one-off ways to live forever in 40k, such as the Proteus Protocol, which I'm sure many of you know thanks to our Lord and Saviour Alpha Buzza, or the extremely retarded Rite of Satesh, where you get mummified alive and spend centuries in agony and horror. Really not sure why you'd opt in for that, but this is the setting where the Nazis are the good guys, so we can't be too shocked with that. Some races are innately immortal. Some are only a stone throw away, and some have to work really fucking hard to reach 100 years old and get a letter from the Queen. Either way though, immortality in 40k is kinda useless when all it takes is one rocket-powered bullet shot from the nozzle of a bolter gun to bring your miserable life to an end. Unless you're Vulcan, of course, cause Vulcan lives!
Isn't he not an immortal anymore? Didn't they take care of that shit? Didn't they cut that shit short?
That does us for today, guys. The options of immortality available to each of the races in Warhammer 40k. If you enjoyed the video and want to support the channel, then Patreon is the place to be. Where only $1 per month give you access to a boatload of Warhammer
You
hentai.
go, Gulliman!
Hit the subscribe button, then hit the real subscribe button for more immortal content. Join the Discord for more memes, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.
Peace. That was cool as hell. Okay. Found out something new today. I didn't know Space Marines were technically immortal. You guys knew that shit? I didn't know that shit. Anyway, thank you to the Patreons: Pedro Martinez, Kamansko, Ian, Rob, Air, Princess, Swastika, Future Chicken, Straight, Senior Hilder, Lemon and Monak, My Dash, Ronic, Nala, James Bizone. Thank you all for the support. Catch you next time. And yeah, I will be streaming some Tarkov today, so come join us for that shit if you want. Have a nice day, everybody. Bye.